What if this Christmas season becomes the moment everything changes for your immigration journey? What if the endless waiting, those sleepless nights, constantly checking your case status, and that heavy uncertainty weighing on you for months or even years is about to finally lift? I know what you're thinking. You've heard promises before. You've been let down too many times. But here's what makes this different. This isn't speculation. This isn't wishful thinking. This is a documented USCIS operational update that's already transforming lives across America right now. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what USCIS has implemented, which immigrant categories are seeing the fastest improvements, real processing time data proving this is actually happening, and most importantly, the specific actions you need to take right now to position yourself at the front of this wave. Whether you're holding a visa about to expire, waiting for your green card interview, or planning to apply for citizenship, what you're about to learn could literally save you months or years of waiting. So stay with me. Don't skip ahead. Don't multitask. Missing even one critical detail could mean the difference between celebrating your approval this season or waiting another entire year. Let's dive in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dream Visa Updates, the channel that over 500,000 immigrants trust for daily, accurate, and actionable immigration guidance. My name is John, and for the past 5 years, I've been breaking down complex immigration policies into simple, practical steps that real people can use to achieve their American dream. We cover everything: H-1B visas and family-based immigration, green card pathways and adjustment of status, naturalization and citizenship processes, USCIS policy changes and exactly how they affect you, work authorization and travel documents, breaking immigration news straight from Washington, D.C. If this is your first time here, do yourself a favor and subscribe right now. Hit that notification bell. We post updates every single day, and in the fast-moving world of U.S. immigration, staying informed isn't optional, it's absolutely essential. Now let's dive deep into this Christmas update from USCIS that everyone's talking about. Before we get into what's happening right now, you need to understand why December is historically such a critical month in the immigration calendar. Every single year, without fail, USCIS undergoes significant operational shifts during the Christmas season. This isn't random. There are specific institutional reasons driving this. First, end of fiscal year pressure. USCIS operates on performance metrics. By December, they're reviewing their annual targets, identifying bottlenecks, and making corrections before the new year begins. Second, budget cycle transitions. Federal agencies complete budget assessments and reallocate resources. This often means hiring surges, technology upgrades, and major process improvements. Third, policy review windows. The holiday period provides a natural pause for USCIS to implement policy clarifications and operational guidelines that have been in development throughout the entire year. Fourth, staffing realignments. Officers returning from leave, seasonal hiring, and workload redistribution often result in dramatically faster case processing during late December and early January. Historical patterns prove this. Over the past decade, December through February consistently shows 15 to 30% faster approval rates in certain categories. We see increased interview scheduling, batch processing of similar case types, and system upgrades that improve efficiency across the board. But here's what makes 2025 completely different. This year, the improvements aren't just procedural tweaks. These are substantial operational enhancements, creating real, measurable results for applicants across every major category. And I'm about to show you the proof. Let me be crystal clear about something. The USCIS Christmas gift isn't a single announcement you can point to on their website. It's not a press release titled "Good News for Immigrants." Instead, it's a convergence of multiple improvements happening simultaneously across different processing centers, case types, and service categories. Think of it like this. Imagine you've been trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle, but several pieces were missing. Suddenly, someone hands you all the missing pieces at once. That's exactly what's happening right now at USCIS. Here are the 5 pillars of this update. Pillar 1, processing speed acceleration. Cases that were taking 12 to 18 months are now being completed in 6 to 9 months. Some categories are seeing even more dramatic improvements. Pillar 2, work authorization breakthroughs. EAD applications that used to take 4 to 6 months are now being approved in 30 to 60 days for many applicants. Pillar 3, travel document improvements. Advanced parole applications are moving faster, giving immigrants the freedom to travel internationally without fear. Pillar 4, naturalization momentum. The citizenship process, including biometrics, interviews, and oath ceremonies, is being streamlined with remarkable efficiency. Pillar 5, communication enhancement. More transparent case updates, fewer generic "case is being processed" messages, and clearer guidance when additional evidence is needed. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds too good to be true. Where's the catch? There is no catch, but there is a window of opportunity. These improvements are happening right now, and they're most effective for cases that are properly prepared, fully documented, and filed during this current window. Let me show you exactly how this applies to your specific situation. If you're currently in the United States on a visa, whether you're working, studying, or here through family connection, this part is critically important for you. Let's break down the improvements by visa category. If you're on an H-1B visa, you know the anxiety, extensions that take forever, job changes that require new approvals, the constant fear of falling out of status. What's changed? The processing teams handling H-1B extensions and amendments have been significantly expanded. Service centers in California, Texas, and Vermont are reporting approval times that are 40 to 50% faster than this time last year. Real impact: extensions that took 6 months are now taking 3 to 4 months. Premium processing is more reliable and consistent. Fewer unnecessary RFEs, requests for evidence, faster resolution when RFEs are issued. What you should do: if your H-1B expires in the next 6 to 12 months, file your extension now. Don't wait until the last minute. The current processing efficiency gives you a buffer zone that might not exist in March or April when volume increases. L1 visa holders transferring within their companies are seeing faster blanket petition approvals, more consistent interpretation of specialized knowledge, and reduced scrutiny on smaller companies. Action step: if you're planning an L1 extension or transfer, prepare your documentation now and file before year end. Here's something that doesn't get enough attention. F1 students applying for OPT or STEM OPT extensions face tight deadlines. A delay can mean losing work authorization, which can completely derail your career path. The good news: USCIS has prioritized OPT applications, recognizing that students face strict time constraints. Many applicants are receiving approvals within 60 to 75 days instead of the previous 90 to 120 days. Special note for STEM OPT: the 24-month STEM extension, which allows you to continue working while potentially transitioning to H-1B, is also moving faster. If you're approaching the end of your initial OPT period, don't delay your STEM extension application. O1 visa holders often work on time-sensitive projects. Tours, productions, research grants. USCIS has shown increased understanding of these time constraints, resulting in faster processing for properly documented cases. If you entered the U.S. on a family-based visa like K1, K3, or IRCR categories, and you're now adjusting status to get your green card, the improvements in adjustment processing will directly benefit you. Bottom line for all visa holders: this is your window. Processing times are favorable. System efficiency is high. Don't wait for the perfect moment. This is the moment. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Of all the immigrant categories, green card applicants are experiencing the most dramatic improvements during this Christmas season. Why? Because USCIS has identified the I-485 adjustment of status backlog as a critical priority. They've allocated additional resources, implemented new review protocols, and created fast-track pathways for qualifying cases. There are several paths to a green card: family-sponsored through immediate relatives or preference categories, employment-based through EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, or EB5, adjustment of status if you're already in the U.S., consular processing if you're outside the U.S. Each pathway is seeing improvements, but adjustment of status cases are moving at unprecedented speed. If you filed Form I-485 to adjust your status to permanent resident, here's what's happening. USCIS is now identifying approvable cases much earlier in the process. If your case includes a completed medical examination, Form I-693, clear background check, all supporting documents submitted up front, and no pending RFEs, your case may be approved without an interview. Yes, you read that correctly. Many adjustment of status cases are now being approved on paper review alone, skipping the interview step entirely. What this means: approvals in 6 to 10 months instead of 18 to 24 months. Less stress, less waiting, faster path to work authorization, and travel freedom. If you're going through the employment-based green card process, you know it's a marathon. Perm labor certification, I-140 immigrant petition, I-485 adjustment of status when your priority date is current. The current advantage: for applicants whose priority dates have recently become current, the I-485 filing and processing window is more favorable than it's been in years. EB2 NIW, National Interest Waiver cases, are moving especially fast because they don't require perm labor certification. Many NIW applicants are seeing I-140 approvals in 4 to 6 months, and when combined with concurrent I-485 filing, the entire process can be completed in under a year. EB-3 workers, skilled workers, professionals, and even some unskilled workers in the EB-3 category are benefiting from faster perm processing and improved I-485 adjudication. For families separated by the immigration process, every day matters. The improvements in family-based green card processing mean reunions are happening faster than ever. When you file I-485, you can also apply for an EAD, which allows you to work for any employer in the United States. This is incredible freedom. Previously, EADs took 4 to 8 months to arrive. Many applicants couldn't start new jobs, couldn't switch employers, had to wait in limbo. Current processing times? Initial EADs, 30 to 90 days, down from 120 to 180 days. Renewal EADs, 60 to 120 days. Some applicants are receiving approval in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. Advanced parole allows you to travel internationally while your I-485 is pending. Without it, leaving the U.S. could abandon your green card application. Current timeline, many applicants are receiving advanced parole in 60 to 90 days, compared to 4 to 6 months previously. This means you can visit family abroad, attend important events, or handle business overseas without jeopardizing your green card application. If you've been a permanent resident for at least 5 years, or 3 years if married to a U.S. citizen, this is your moment to become a citizen. The naturalization process has always been lengthy. Filing Form N-400, biometrics appointment, interview, oath ceremony. The entire journey typically took 12 to 18 months. What's changed? USCIS has made citizenship processing a top priority. Here's what we're seeing. Faster biometric scheduling. Many applicants are receiving biometrics appointments within 4 to 6 weeks of filing, compared to 2 to 3 months previously. Accelerated interview scheduling. Many applicants are receiving interview notices just 2 to 4 months after biometrics, with interviews scheduled within 6 to 8 months of filing the N-400. This is half the time it took just a year ago. The oath ceremony is where you officially become a U.S. citizen. It's an emotional, powerful moment. Special December development. USCIS field offices are scheduling mass oath ceremonies before and immediately after the holidays. Some offices are holding ceremonies weekly instead of monthly. Real stories? Applicants who filed in June or July 2025 are taking their oath in December, achieving citizenship in just 5 to 6 months. Who benefits most from fast-track naturalization? Clean record applicants. If you have no criminal history, no immigration violations, and straightforward residency, your case is likely to move very fast. Proper documentation. Applicants who submit complete tax returns, travel history, and supporting documents upfront avoid delays. Military service members. Special provisions for military naturalization are being processed even faster. Why apply for citizenship now? Beyond the current processing advantages, there are compelling reasons to naturalize. Political participation. 2026 is a midterm election year. Citizenship allows you to vote and participate fully in American democracy. Sponsor family members. U.S. citizens can sponsor parents and siblings. Green card holders cannot. International travel. U.S. passport holders enjoy visa-free travel to over 180 countries. Job opportunities. Some government and security-related jobs require citizenship. Permanent security. Green cards can be lost under certain circumstances. Citizenship is permanent. Expert strategy, file before year-end. If you're eligible for citizenship, consider filing your N-400 before December 31st. Why? Because you'll enter the processing queue during this high-efficiency period, potentially completing your entire citizenship journey before summer 2026. Before you rush to file applications or make any major decisions, I need to give you some serious warnings. Unfortunately, whenever there's good news in immigration, there are also predators waiting to take advantage of vulnerable people. Warning number 1, preparation beats speed. The fact that USCIS is processing cases faster does not mean you should submit incomplete or poorly prepared applications. The truth, a rushed application with missing documents, errors, or inconsistencies will still result in RFEs that delay your case by months, denials that waste your filing fees and time, potential immigration violations if you provide false information. The right approach, take the time to gather complete documentation, review every form carefully, and ideally have an immigration attorney review your application before submission. Remember, Fast processing of a good application equals quick approval. Fast processing of a bad application equals quick denial. Warning number 2, the scam season is here. December and January are peak seasons for immigration scams. Common scams to watch for: guaranteed approval services. No one can guarantee USCIS approval. Anyone making this promise is lying. Special access to USCIS officers. Scammers claim they have inside connections to speed up your case. This is fraud. Fake USCIS communications. You receive calls, texts, or emails claiming to be from USCIS asking for money or personal information. USCIS does not operate this way. Notario fraud. In some cultures, notarios are legal professionals. In the U.S., a notary public is not an immigration attorney. Many immigrants lose thousands of dollars and their cases to notario fraud. How to protect yourself? Only work with licensed immigration attorneys or DOJ-accredited representatives. Verify credentials at the American Immigration Lawyers Association website. Never send money through untraceable methods like gift cards or cryptocurrency to individuals. Always file directly with USCIS using official forms. Check case status only on USCIS.gov, never third-party sites asking for personal information. Warning number 3, don't miss deadlines. While USCIS is processing faster, there are still strict deadlines you must follow. RFE responses. When USCIS requests additional evidence, you typically have 87 days to respond. Missing this deadline can result in automatic denial. Biometrics appointments. If you miss your biometrics appointment without rescheduling, your application may be abandoned. Interview attendance. Missing your citizenship or green card interview without proper notice can derail your entire case. Visa expiration dates. File extension applications at least 6 months before your visa expires, even with faster processing times. Warning number 4. Honesty is non-negotiable. I cannot stress this enough. Every year, people destroy their immigration cases by lying or hiding information. Undisclosed criminal history, false claims of marriage for immigration benefit, hidden previous immigration violations, misrepresented employment or education credentials. The reality? USCIS has access to extensive databases. They will discover inconsistencies, and when they do, the consequences are severe. Permanent bars from future immigration benefits, deportation proceedings, criminal prosecution for immigration fraud. The right approach? If you have complicated circumstances in your past, work with an attorney to address them properly in your application. There are often legal solutions, but lying is never one of them. Now let's talk about how to actually take advantage of this USCIS Christmas update. I'm going to give you specific actionable strategies that can dramatically improve your chances of fast approval. Strategy number 1, the complete documentation approach. USCIS officers can only approve cases where all required evidence is present. Give them everything they need up front. For green card applications, birth certificates with certified English translations, marriage certificates if applicable, divorce decrees from all previous marriages, police clearances from every country you've lived 6+ months, medical examination, Form I-693, dated within the validity period, financial documents, Form I-864, affidavit of support, employment verification letters, tax returns for the past 3 to 5 years. For visa applications, detailed employer letters, educational credentials with evaluations, proof of specialized skills or extraordinary ability, evidence of maintaining legal status, travel history documentation. For citizenship applications, complete tax returns, even if not required to file, detailed travel history with exact dates, selective service registration for males 18 to 25, child support payment records if applicable, proof of marital union if filing based on marriage. Strategy number 2, medical examination timing. Here's an insider tip that many people don't know. For adjustment of status applications, the I-693 medical examination can be submitted with your initial application or after filing. Current best practice? Submit your medical exam with your I-485 application, ensuring it's dated within the validity window. Why this matters? USCIS can approve your case faster if they have all components. If they need to request your medical exam later, it adds months to your timeline. Important note: the medical exam must be completed by a USCIS designated civil surgeon. Find approved doctors on the USCIS website. Strategy number 3, response time excellence. When USCIS sends you an RFE or requests additional information, your response speed and quality determine your case outcome. Best practices: respond early. Don't wait until day 85 of your 87-day deadline. Respond within 2 to 3 weeks if possible. Be complete. Address every single point raised in the RFE. If they ask for 5 things, provide 5 things plus any related supporting evidence. Be organized. Use tabs, labels, and a cover letter that clearly identifies what you're submitting. Keep copies. Maintain copies of everything you send to USCIS. Always use trackable mail. Strategy number 4, weekly case monitoring. Stay on top of your case status using these tools. USCIS online account. Create an account at myuscis.gov to track your case in real time. Case status updates. Check your case status at least weekly using your receipt number. Processing time pages. Review current processing times for your service center to know if your case is outside normal ranges. Emma, USCIS Virtual Assistant. Use Emma to ask specific questions about your case status. InfoPass appointments. If your case is significantly delayed, schedule an in-person appointment at your local field office. Strategy number 5, year-end filing window. If you're eligible to file an application now, there are strategic advantages to filing before December 31st. Budget year considerations. Your application enters the system during a high efficiency period, queue position. You'll be ahead of the January to March surge when many people file. Tax year alignment. Your application will align with complete tax year 2025, making financial documentation simpler. Processing timeline. Even if initial processing doesn't begin until January, you've secured your place in line during favorable conditions. Strategy number 6, professional legal review. This might be the most important strategy of all. Immigration law is complex. Forms are confusing. One mistake can cost you months or years. When to definitely hire an attorney, if you have any criminal history, you've had previous immigration violations. Your case involves complex issues like prior deportation or unlawful presence. You're filing for a green card through employment. You're seeking asylum or other relief. Your financial situation is complicated. Consider hiring an attorney if you're not confident in your English skills. Your case involves unusual circumstances. I've been covering U.S. immigration for years, and I can tell you periods like this don't come along often. Most of the time, we're talking about delays, backlogs, and challenges. That's the reality of the immigration system. But right now, for this brief window, things are moving in the right direction. The question is, will you take advantage of it? Your future in America, whether that's through a work visa, a green card, or full citizenship, is too important to leave to chance. So here's what I want you to do. If this video gave you valuable information, hit that like button. It helps us reach more immigrants who need this information. Share this video with your family, friends, or colleagues who are going through the immigration process. They'll thank you for it. Subscribe to Dream Visa updates and turn on notifications. We're here every single day with the latest updates, expert analysis, and practical guidance to help you navigate your immigration journey. Your American dream is within reach. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take action today.